Meet Margaret. She's 72, lives in rural Ottawa, and for years she relied on Bob, her taxi driver, to get to her Loblaws every Wednesday. Bob knew her driveway, helped with her bags, drove at her comfortable pace. Last month, Bob retired. Margaret tried RoboCab, Ottawa's new autonomous taxi service using Google Maps for routing. One Wednesday morning changed everything. This is our design challenge. RoboCab partnered with Google Maps to navigate Ottawa's autonomous taxis. We were asked to analyze the ethics of this decision and prototype a solution. Today, we'll show you how 3 design tools revealed systematic exclusion and how we propose to fix it.
Wednesday 5 p.m. Margaret's weekly grocery trip.
Which button? Request? Set location? What's accessibility mode? This is worse. Oh, there, my house.
Your ride will be cancelled in 30 seconds.
What?
Please proceed to the pickup location.
Where are you? I didn't see any. Okay, you're up there. I see it. I'm coming. Oh, God, finally. Oh, the trunk. The back. How do I open the trunk?
Please enter the vehicle. The trip will begin in 60 seconds.
What? The back.
Please enter the vehicle.
Oh, my God. Okay. Oh, my God. Excuse me, can you drive slower?
I don't understand that command. Please rephrase.
Can you stop at the pharmacy for a moment? I need my blood pressure medication.
That is not your destination. Would you like to change your destination?
No, just stop.
I don't understand. Proceeding to original destination.
I need my medication.
You have arrived at your destination.
Okay, but this is the main entrance. Can you drive me to the other way side? There is a accessibility ramp near the pharmacy section.
This is your destination. Please exit the vehicle.
Sorry. But there is 200 meters away. Oh, fine.
Please exit the vehicle.
Oh my God.
Will end in 30 seconds.
6 p.m. After a difficult shopping trip, Margaret requests a ride home.
Let me call a taxi.
Search pricing.
What? $4 more?
She doesn't
Fine.
understand why.
Oh, please, can you drive down to my driveway? It's right there. Only 50
location
meters.
is not on the route. Please exit. You will be charged a waiting fee for any additional time.
Margaret can't access groceries or medication safely, and she represents millions.
Choose value mapping. We need to understand how values were embedded in this system and where they conflicted. Using Friedman, Kahn, and Brown's value-sensitive design, we mapped the scalehold, Margaret values accommodations and safety, RoboCab value efficiency and probability, Google values scalability and technical excellence, low-income users value economic justice, minor values safety and privacy. The aha moments. We identified the critical value tensions. Tension 1, efficiency versus accommodation. RoboCab 30-second boarding time isn't natural. It's design choice that embedded efficiency over accommodation. Margaret needs 90 seconds. The system penalizes her. Tension 2, data-driven optimization versus fairness. Google Maps training on able-bodied user average speed standard boarding time. This creates algorithm bias. The Margaret's needs don't fit the mode. Key insight from winner. Do artifacts have politicals? Technology unnatural. Google Maps embeds value, efficiency, speed, standardization into every routine decision. These embedded values make the system hosted to user required accommodations. Design decision. Our prototype must address both tensions. First, allowing flexible parameters instead of rigid standards. Second, training on diverse data, not just able-bodied norms.
Why we choose metaphor hacking? We noticed RoboCab marketing didn't match reality. We needed to understand how language shaped expectations and ethics. Following Joe and Miller's framework, we analyzed competing metaphors. Initial metaphors, RoboCab market itself as robot chauffeur, implying Bob-like service, accommodation, patience. Migrants expect this, but the system delivers rigid algorithms, not human care. This metaphor misleads. Completing metaphor. What if we describe it honestly like conveyor belt, industrial transport, standardized process, user as unit? This reveal the truth but normalize exclusions. If you can't board in 30 seconds, this service isn't for you. The aha moment. Same technology, different metaphors, completely different ethics. The chauffeur metaphor creates false expectations leading to betrayal. The conveyor belt metaphor accepts exclusions as inevitable. Key insight. We need a third metaphor that imports ethical obligations. Public transit bus. Public transit has legal accessibility requirements. Ramps. Extra time, mandatory accommodation. This metaphor frames transportation as a right, not luxury. Design decisions. Our prototype used public transit design principles, mandatory accessibility, transparent policy, community service obligation. We frame accommodations as obligation, not inconvenience.
So why we choose social failure mode analysis? We keep hearing, Margaret, you just need to adapt to technology. But we suspect the problem wasn't Margaret, it was system violating social norms. Using Mailer's framework, we analyzed the social content, transportation for seniors in Ottawa. We identified the accommodation norm. In transportation, providers accommodate individual needs, extra time, assistance, flexibility. This isn't just convenience. It's a moral norm rooted in care ethics. Bob's follows this norm, bus driver follows it, even Uber driver follows it. The aha moment is that RoboCab doesn't just fail to support this norm, it actively transgresses it. According to Miller, an artifact fails socially when a social norm designed into it transgresses an accepted social norm held by its users. Key insight isn't a technical failure, it's a social failure. The system erodes care-based norms we expected in essential services. Margaret doesn't need to adapt. The technology needs to stop violating fundamental social norms. Social harm identified, dignity violation, service exclusion, loss of independence, and design decision or prototype must restore the accommodation norm. We need human support integrated into automation, bringing care ethic back into the system.
3 tools, 3 aha moments that shaped our design. First, from value mapping, technologies embed values. Google Maps chose efficiency over accommodation. That's a political choice, not a technical necessity. From metaphor hacking, language shapes ethics. Chauffeur promises what it cannot deliver. Conveyor belt accepts exclusion. We need public transit to import accessibility obligations. From social failure mode, this isn't user error. The system actively violates social norms of care and accommodation and essential services. As Stribling argues, technical optimization ignores social complexity. Real innovation serves everyone, not just the profitable majority. Jaxen, show us how ANIAD addresses this.
Thanks, Onder. Based on our insights, we designed ANIAD, Adaptive Navigation and Inclusive Autonomous Transport. The first component of it is Community Knowledge Database. It addresses value tension 2, which is data-driven optimization versus fairness. Instead of training on only able-bodied users, ANIAD crowdsources from occupational therapists, elderly advocates, community members. It learns about unmarked driveways, accessibility ramps, smoother routes, basically creating fair data. The second component is flexible routing settings. It addresses value tension 1, which is efficiency versus accommodation. Users set priorities like smoother route over fastest, extended boarding time, door-to-door service, quick stops allowed, and Margaret would select basically mobility assistance mode, extending all time limits and providing gentle navigation. Our component 3 would be remote human support. It addresses social failure mode, which is accommodation norm transgression. When automation can't handle something, it connects to remote human operators who can adjust settings, extend times, and provide reassurance. This restores the accommodation norm. It brings human care back into the system. Our component 4 is public transit design principles. It addresses the metaphor hacking insights. It follows accessibility law. Mandatory accommodations, transparent policies, and the interface would use public transit language, which is accessible service, passenger rights. This is transportation as a right, not luxury. Let me show you the difference.
Please exit the vehicle. You will be charged a waiting fee for any additional time.
Hello, Margaret. I see you've set mobility assistance mode. Take your time boarding. I'll wait as long as you need. I've mapped a smoother route to your pharmacy and will pull right up to your front door. I learned from community data that your driveway isn't on standard maps. And if you need anything during the ride, just speak. I can connect you to a real person immediately.
Same technology, different values, but we must acknowledge limitations. Who funds community data collection? Who pays remote operators 24/7? Will companies accept lower efficiency for accessibility? We haven't tested with real users yet. Digital divide persists. This requires a smartphone. Some human services may be irreplaceable. What we would test would be, does community knowledge database actually capture local needs? Do elderly users find flexible settings helpful or confusing? Is remote human support economically sustainable? Do users understand public transit framing? What's the equity impact compared to the current system?
Margaret tried Aniat last week.
The car came to my door, stopped at the pharmacy. Someone helped me when I got confused. I feel safe again.
3 tools reveal what one app concealed. Embedded values create exclusion. Violated norms cause harm. But we can design better. Technology either includes everyone or it doesn't. The choice is ours.